So, before I begin, I want to finally thank my friend for hooking me up with all those energy drinks, especially the sugar-free ones. I've had fun making these little videos. I'm not saying I'm not doing any more after this. There might be in the future, but for the time being, since this is actually the last one, and I'm happy to say that, this little experimentation, I did learn a lot, and hopefully you guys enjoy them too. But yeah, I think I saved the worst for last. Well, I never tried this one. I am aware of it. I've seen it in action. And I kind of feel like I don't need to do this review, but I did ask them to hook me up with some sugar free, and this does count as sugar free energy drink. There it is. Yeah, some of you already are aware about this. Some of you got some stories. Don't be afraid to share them. I'm pretty much, yeah. Like I said, it does say sugar free. So, in his own word, it does count. Anyway, nutrition facts. Ready? Eh. It's a small bottle. That's the best I can do. So, this is the berry flavor. And it does say that it has vitamins, nutrients, caffeine, and it is sugar free. I like, you know what? I'm just gonna get into it. See, have not been opened, not been tampered, and the seal have not been cracked. This is one of those where you have to pretty much break the seal to open this up. So here we go. Now, for those of you that have nails, this is one of those moments that you're going to be proud that you have nails. For those of you that don't, get something kind of like, just have a sharp end. It doesn't have to be a knife. Just grab something kind of like, that could puncture it, and then just do what I'm about to do. So here we go. I hope you're seeing it. There. I have broken the seal, which means I'm going to activate this little grenade. The pin is out. All right. Wow. For those of you that don't know what tangerine smells like, this will definitely, the smell of it already, I can be like, yeah, yeah. Now, it's kind of hard for me to dictate the color because from the inside it looked kind of like somewhat of a light brownish orange, but at the same time, maybe it's from the shadowing. I'm not sure. Well, I could chug this little thing, but I'm going to try to make this. Oh, let me sip it first. Oh, it has a smell of tangerine. I don't taste any berries. There's a little hint of it, but it's not like it's strong. So, for those of you that want to see the color, like for me, the way it looked, like I already said, it looked kind of brownish orange. But then again, it could be clear or something. Well, here we go. Ready? I'm surprised there's even some left. Might as well kill it. Small. Oh, so it was clear. Killed it. Putting the cap back on. It don't taste sweet. I mean, there's a little hint of sweetness. It's somewhat, I don't want to say bitter, but you can definitely tell. You can definitely tell there's some, I don't want to say questionable elements in here, but you can definitely tell they this was mixed very well. It's just that it says it's berry flavor. I do taste a hint of berries now. But pretty much the aftertaste mostly just strong tangerine. If they consider that berry, then cool. But other than that, this is pretty much it. It's a small bottle, and I'm just looking at to see what the ingredients are, cause I wouldn't be surprised they put crack in here. So I'm just making sure it's not. I should have did that before. Okay. So it does not have that, but I can definitely tell you it definitely had like artificial flavoring in there, which I'm not surprised. It says they also have natural, but I don't. I mean, there's a hint of it, but we can definitely tell there's a lot of artificial stuff components in here, and yeah, sure. So that's pretty much it. It's small. It's compact. I mean, not like all the other cans weren't. They're all good size. They're mobile. The only difference is in the can form. Once you pop it open, there's only a gradual time before it gets warm. You gotta drink it. This was chilled. I forgot to mention that. But at the same time, I've seen people say it's good room temperature, but I wanted to treat this fairly like I did with the other energy drink. I'm not trying to make this feel any special. I'm glad I did this on my day off. That I'll say. I'm glad I did on a day off because for those of you that's not aware, this little thing is known for hard crashes. Because the reason why it's called 5 hour energy, that's what it gives you. It gives you 5 hours to find a spot to lie your ass down. It better be soft because you will crash hard. Now, again, everybody's body is different. I don't know how mine's going to be reacting to this, but at least I got this over. Now, you guys already know what I usually do is I'll upload this video and just pay attention to the description in the bottom, and I will let you know my reaction towards this, what this done to me. I kind of feel like I already previewed what's going to happen, so I'm glad I did this on my day off, but at the same time, you can see for yourself if it's worth it or not. And if you do have any stories, whether it was good or bad or some horror stories that involved this, I'm in the mood to read. Definitely check it out. But other than that, yeah, berry flavored 5 hour energy. And it says regular strength. I don't know if y'all caught that regular strength. Again, I seen this in action. You know what? I might as well just tell the story before I hand off. If you stayed this long, cool, thank you. But if not, well, here it goes. A couple years back, I used to work in a grocery store. I was the lead front end cash register person. You know, I can't say manager. I was pretty much like her assistant, but she had like other assistants. So think of it more like a shift manager, except it's at the cash registers. My job and duty was to make sure that the people showed up and that they have taken their break at the scheduled time, you know, pretty much keep the flow going and making sure the customers that come to the register, you know, if anybody needs to make change or anything like, well, you guys get the picture. So we had this one worker. He wasn't a cash register personnel. He was more of a stocker, but he's always worked more closer to the front end, closer to the registers. And every now and then, he'll always hop on to help out. with anything. Like, he knows how to do the cash registers. He started out just cash registers, then he bumped up to stocking, and that's when he realized he didn't like this one shift manager. I forgot the guy's name, but because this was a long time ago, but he always made sure he worked closer to the register because we were the cool people. So one day he came in, pretty much was a zombie, and he openly admitted he went out the night before, and we were all happy for him because realistically, the dude's a really nice cat. He's the type of person that he will literally, and I mean literally, take his jacket and shirt off his back to make sure you stay warm. If it's raining outside, he'll, you know, find umbrellas. He'll even make an umbrella if he has to out of box. I've seen him use boxes to give to people so that way they don't get wet when they go into that vehicle. He is that nice. He's really cool. He was very charming. When you look at him, you'll be like, dude's kind of nerdy. But when you get to know him, seriously, really, really nice. So anyway, he went out the night before. And again, when I say he's really nice, I mean he's the type of person that will help out others and always put himself last. He will not do a damn thing for himself until he makes sure everybody else is set. Which is problematic. We always get hard on him, be like, dude, treat yourself too. You think of yourself first. But that's a whole different dialogue. Anyway, he went out the night before for himself. He wanted to have fun, so he went out with some friends and he partied and all that other stuff. We were happy for that. Problem was, he openly admitted when he got home and he saw the clock, he only had enough time to jump in the shower, find clothes, and come to work. Meaning this dude did not get any sleep. He is a zombie. And I mean that, like, he wasn't at the good working pace. He was slow. Like, moving slow. I don't mean like mental. He still was, up there. But anyway. And we, at the time, these were new. They just came out with this stuff. I think there were other variations. I'm not sure what the name, but there were other products that may have been similar to this. Was it Stacker or some other? There were other stuff, but this was new especially for us in the store. So we didn't have a lot of these. They were like packaged in this little out box, and it was probably like about 6. And for the price they were asking for, none of us was like, nah, we ain't trying that. So because of how he was, and remember, he cool with everybody. It's just that one of the shift managers for the stocking line is an asshole. Not that friendly and always abuses his power to make himself look good. One of those people. So, excuse me. So, he pretty much, we all kept encouraging him. He was like, dude, you're not fit to work right now. Why don't you just go tell him, hey, I'm dead tired. Is it possible I could maybe leave now and come back later so you can get some sleep or have a day off or leave early? We were all telling him this, not just me and other, shift managers of the register, but all the other cashiers, because we were all looking out for him. The cashier, he's a cool cat. So he tried, and again, shift manager of his stocking asshole, so was like, no. So he was like, all right. So he asked us, hey, should I try one? And again, none of us had it before. It was new. We were like, don't know, but we didn't know the after effect. But he was desperate because he didn't want to just up and leave, or just hide somewhere. Like, we were willing to hide him in the manager's office so he can get some sleep. And if the shift manager, we strategized and planned this shit out, me and the cashier, all of us, we were gonna pretty much, like I said, he's one of those people you want to look out for. He's really nice. He's really cool. And we were like, dude, just go in the manager's office, sleep, And if dudes start asking, I mean, we'll even do some of your job for you to make it look like you were here working. You're just out helping a customer, or you went to the bathroom. Like, we strategize. Anyway, he was like, nah, I don't want to put you guys through that. If he's going to yell at me, let him yell at me. I don't want to, I mean, thank you guys, but, so he bought one. Again, the price at the time, nah, but he bought one. And as soon as he bought it, he opened it up, drank it, and we were like, how do it taste? And he was like, I don't know. But all of a sudden, he went from zombie to his normal self. His pace picked up. He was awake. And now some of the situation, especially on that day, I have to let other cashiers go on their break. And sometimes when the line get too long or too heavy, or there's a lot of busy body movement going, I will ask if there's anybody out on the floor who has the free time to come help, like backup cashiering, pretty much. And he's always the first one to answer. He hopped on, he was doing his thing, he was like, hell yeah, blah, blah, blah. I am glad. And at the same time, I'm kind of don't know if I'm proud to say this, but I am glad because the spot at the cash register is very small. It's not like you got a lot of leg room or, space, because everything's more close. And well, let me explain. Pretty much, the girl was coming back from her break. Thank God. Um, well, I don't know whatever if you believe or you don't, whatever. So she was coming back, and he just was fine, but you can tell the stuff was wearing off. And as she, they switched, pretty much tag in, tag out, and he went back to his spot where he was, stocking up. All I remember was he was answering a customer's question because she was asking where a certain product was. And because he's a stock boy, he knows where everything is. He was giving her direction. That's all I remember. Couple minutes later, literally minutes, it wasn't even like 5 minutes, it was less than 5 minutes. You heard this loud crashing noise and something drop. And immediately we all looked. Dude is on the floor, out. Just out. I don't know if he hit his head. I don't know, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It was just like, yo, what happened? He just looked like a dead body at that moment. This thing makes you crash hard. We just immediately went to, help him out and everything. And of course, his asshole of a shift manager came out and he was more like, dude, I'm on my break. Why you gotta pass out now? Type of attitude. And he was all huffing and puffing. We were like, I told the dude, you know what? Just go. I got it. He's like, then who's gonna do all this stocking then? He was more concerned with that because he's also a brown noser. He's doing everything he can to make himself look good, and he will literally take credits of others for himself, and make it seem like, man, I'm the only one that worked, when really he just, well, anyway, we grabbed him, put him in the office, we grabbed water and everything, made sure he was alive, and, checked his pulse and everything. And I'm not joking, we checked pulse. And of course he was all right, breathing and everything, but when I say this thing make you crash, you will crash. But again, everybody's body is different. We each react to things differently, so I'm not saying I will crash. I just don't know. But because of that situation, that prevented me from trying this. So, and again, if you're religious or not or whatever, I don't care. I'm not that type of person to care enough to whatever. So, yeah, that's my story. If you have any, definitely share later.